Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with another Funko Pop unboxing for you. This time we are going to be taking a look at the brand new set of Funko Pops for the Marvel series Moon Knight. And Moon Knight was definitely a really awesome show. I definitely enjoyed it. A lot of twists and turns within that show and some great action, great character study. And Oscar Isaac, who doesn't love Oscar Isaac? He was absolutely fantastic. Be able to kind of have this world, or at least this part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bringing in the gods, bringing in Egypt. I thought it was really, really cool to have all of that and a little bit of the supernatural brought into the MCU. So I thought it was fantastic. Not my favorite MCU show so far, but I definitely still thought it was really, really solid and a lot of fun. And the show wrapped back in April, I believe, April, beginning of May, and now finally the Funko Pops are starting to hit. So last week we did a little bit of a Funko hunt. We were able to find some of the Pops for Moon Knight, but this week we did get in a lot of the rest of the set that we needed, so I'm excited to be able to show off all of the Pops in this set. Now I'm going to have one caveat. There is one of the exclusives that we're missing. It's a glow-in-the-dark version of one of the Pops we already have. So of course, once we get the glow-in-the-dark version in, I'll show that off to you guys, and that'll probably be the one that will stick in my collection because I love my glow-in-the-dark Pops. And then outside of that, there is the Scarlet Scarab, which did come out for San Diego Comic-Con. We did get it. We did secure that one, which is awesome, and we should get it sometime soon. I actually already saw that last night. My order did ship, so I'm definitely excited about that. I'm guessing it will probably take about a week for us to get it, so it's going to be a little bit until we can unbox and show off those figures for you. But today we have a ton of great Moon Knight figures to take a look at. And before we jump into it today, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, you love Funko Pop content and collectibles, this is the place for you to be. Also, make sure to leave a like on the video. It does make a massive difference, helps us grow. And you can always hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos. So we have 6 Pops to take a look at today. And let's go ahead and start taking a look at this one. This is actually the latest one I just got in. This is a Funko Shop exclusive of Moon Knight, and this one I thought was really, really cool. Just a great design, and I just like the Pops in general for this Moon Knight line. Definitely some of the best Marvel Pops for like a movie or series that they have done, really since Endgame and Infinity War, in my opinion. So definitely really great figure right there. I love kind of like the mummified version where it's wrapped all over. That's just a great design of the suit, both in the show and in the Pop. So this one, with it being the Funko Shop exclusive, he does have a different sculpt than the rest of the Moon Knight figures that we're going to take a look at later. So he actually holding the weapon, comes out of his chest, where it kind of makes the crescent moon logo on his chest. He actually takes that out and he's able to use them as weapons. So he has part of it in his left hand, part of it in his right hand, and he's in a fighting stance. I guess this is going to be more taken from the end of that first episode where he's fighting the Jackal in the bathroom of the museum. That was a great way to end off the first episode, and I definitely think this Pop is great. Just so much detail. You can see the stitching all over, and like kind of the gold accents in the chest coming out as well. I really, really like this Pop. And then next we have another Pop of the titular character Moon Knight, but this one is the Hot Topic exclusive glow in the dark version. Really, really great. This is definitely, I would say, one of my favorites of this set, just because I love the glow on this thing, and I also like how he's jumping in the air and kind of kicking. We actually picked this up last week during our Funko Hunt, so if you did not check out that video from last Friday, definitely go ahead and check that out as well. You see the suit, how that's sculpted on the suit with the gold accents all around, but you actually see the little crescent moon that he takes out to use as weapons actually there in the chest, but in the other one it was not showing. Then you actually have him jumping, kicking, and punching at the same time. So he has his right leg extended along with his right hand. Really, really cool, and actually how the cape is blowing in the wind a little bit as well. And he is on that stand where it is having him elevated. And then this one does glow in the dark, of course, and the glow is really, really cool. It's actually a pretty strong glow, so kudos to Funko for actually making this pop glow really well. It's like the head, the eyes, and everything, the parts of the body glow as well. I think it's just a great looking figure. And then next we have another MoonKnight pop, but it's his other personality, another superhero personality of Mr. Knight. And Mr. Knight was definitely one of the highlights of the show for sure. And this is actually the second version of Mr. Knight that we already have. We actually have an LA Comic-Con exclusive from 2017, both the common and the glow-in-the-dark version, but now we get a more updated version, which is more like the show. And now I did mention that there is a glow-in-the-dark variant that we don't already have. That is the glow-in-the-dark variant of Mr. Knight, because Walmart doesn't want to have theirs released until September, according to my online pre-order. So might not get it for a little bit, but we'll check it out when it gets in. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and check out the look at this Mr. Knight. And I really do enjoy this figure. Just the way that the suit looks is awesome. The white on white on white looks great. But when you look at the mask, it actually looks like you can see the stitching right down the middle of the mask and kind of curving to the right of his nose. And you actually see the crescent moon symbol right on his forehead as well. And it's actually a little button nose sticking out too, which is pretty cool. And one of my favorite details about this pop is actually the sticks that he's holding in his hand, the batons that he's using to fight. It actually has some like Egyptian language written on it as well. So it's really cool that they added that little detail to it as well. The next pop that we have for today is one I was definitely looking forward to finally getting. This one is the Box Lunch exclusive glow-in-the-dark Khonshu. And man, this pop right here is straight fire. It is really, really awesome. I am loving and digging this figure, and Khonshu was so great in the actual series, being able to have him pop in and out, voiced by F. Murray Abraham, who is great in Mythic Quest, by the way. If you have not watched Mythic Quest on Apple TV, go ahead and do that too after you watch MoonKnight. But yeah, he is definitely, F. Murray Abraham's Khonshu was fantastic. And the way that they did this pop is actually really, really well done, because as you can see, he's actually much bigger than a lot of the other figures. He kind of takes up the entire box, and he is a god. He is like 10 feet tall in the show, or even taller, so it makes sense that they have him be a larger figure. I don't recall if they're doing a 10-inch for him or not. I know some of the other gods are getting larger ones, but I don't remember if they're doing a 10-inch for Khonshu. But it would definitely make sense if they did, because he is massive. The thing that sticks out is that head and that kind of skull. That vulture-like skull looks really creepy, but also really cool at the same time. And the way they make it look like it's a bone, like kind of rock-like look, is really, really sick. And the fact that it's a little bit popified, although like in the show it's a little bit of a skinnier face, but of course the way they popified it a little bit gave it that distinct look, which I thought was really cool. He's holding his staff in his hand. It does have the crescent moon there on the top of it, which is pretty sweet. Again, this thing is so big, I'm surprised they didn't try to make this into a 6-inch pop altogether. And then he does glow in the dark as well, and I actually really love this glow in the dark. It's something about the tint of the color. They didn't make it a bright blue like I've seen some of the other ones, or maybe even the glow in the dark MoonKnight. It kind of looks like it's a little bit more of just a hint of blue. Kind of gives you that moon type of feel, right? Kind of like moonlight. So that actually fits really well with Khonshu. Now, the next pop we're going to be taking a look at is the villain of the show, who is played by Ethan Hawke, who was fantastic in the show. This is Arthur Harrow. And Arthur is definitely a great looking pop as well. Nothing too crazy, kind of just standing there and everything, but of course he does look like Ethan Hawke's character in the show. And there are a couple really cool details in this pop that I definitely enjoy. And although Harrow was not the most powerful villain that we saw from a Marvel movie or series so far, he was definitely one of the most kind of terrorizing, and really you knew that he could get that power, and he just had that understated nature to him that just brought his character to another level. So I really did enjoy it a lot, and I definitely enjoy the pop as well. He's not doing too much in the pop, definitely looks like Ethan Hawke's character, but then he does have his cane in there, and you see those purple gems in his cane, and of course that's what will help him with bringing that alligator god to life. The only thing that would have been cooler is if he actually was not wearing shoes and had the bloody feet. That opening really gave the impression of how far this character would go, and I think it would speak a lot into their personality. And the last pop we're going to have today is going to be Layla El Foulé. I think might be how you pronounce it. I might be saying that wrong, but Layla here was a great part of the show as well. And of course, we already mentioned how she'd be getting the Scarlet Scarab pop very soon. When we get that, I'm excited to see that in her outfit. And I did enjoy her story and how her connection with her father kind of brought her to where she is now and connect her to Steven and Mark. So I definitely did enjoy that a lot. She does have her orange jacket on and black pants. She's not doing anything too crazy, but what is cool is that they have the freckles and the curly hair, which is not something you normally see on a pop. So I do enjoy seeing that. I just wish that maybe she was doing a little bit more as well, but she doesn't really carry around weapons and stuff in the show, so it makes sense that they gave her that scarab. And there's our look at the new Moon Knight Funko Pops that we're able to pick up. Now, I'm sure that there may be more Moon Knight Pops coming later, but this is like that first wave, of course, outside of the glow-in-the-dark Mr. Knight. I think actually they did announce some other ones. I think like the Hippo God is getting one. The Alligator God is getting one as well. I completely forget their names. I think it might be one of their names. I think that's Alligator God's name. But we do have some great pops that we were able to take a look at here today. I really do like all of these, but my favorites definitely have to be the glow-in-the-dark Moon Knight and the glow-in-the-dark Khonshu, which I think the Khonshu, just taking it just slightly, just because of how massive this thing is and the detail in the head and everything like that. So definitely some great figures. I do want to hear from you guys. What do you think of these Moon Knight Pops? Which one of these is your favorite? And which of these have you picked up or do you plan on picking up for yourselves? Let me know all about your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also leave a like in the video. It does help the channel grow a lot. And you can always hit that bell so that way you can be notified whenever we have new videos drop. And thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.